So you looking at me, right? And you really trying to finance a Hellcat at 18. You trying to start with a Hellcat with no credit history? What is you doing? Boy, if you don't start with a scat, what is wrong with you? But nah, look, listen. I'm finna give y'all a real game on how you can possibly finance a Hellcat at the age of 18, age of 20, at a young age. I'm gonna give y'all a real game on how you do it. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into the advice of how you can start financing a Hellcat at the age of 18 or 20 or whatever age you are with like little to no credit. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of background of what I was able to do, you know, with my credit. I started building credit at the age of 18. I was able to get a credit limit on my 3 credit cards of $5,500. All under 1 year. I also have a 727 credit score. So, you know, I know a couple games and a couple methods of building your credit so you could be able to finance a Hellcat. So number one, I would say is get 2 years of work experience or some type of consistent stream of income. They want to see that you're able to actually afford this Hellcat. You know, it's like a $700, $800 a month payment. Then you got to worry about insurance. You know, it's a hefty type of car that, you know, not everybody can afford. So therefore, it has to seem as you can afford it. Next tip I would give is building your credit. Now, best way to start building your credit is get a secured credit card. You want to accept it damn near every time. Like, where I was able to get accepted for a secured credit card at the age of 18 with no credit history, no authorized user, no nothing. I just made an application and I got approved just like that. So a secured credit card is basically a credit card that the limit that you can spend on that credit card is the amount that you give a deposit. So I give a $300 deposit, and then after 6 to 8 months, I got my $300 deposit back, and they raised my credit limit on that card from $300 to $1,500. I got approved with no history. The next tip I would say of building your credit in order to finance the Hellcat is to ask someone that already has excellent credit history to become an authorized user on their credit card. Now, not many people know that you can actually add someone on your credit card as a co-owner or as an authorized user, and they can actually boost their credit, and it will give them the credit history that, you know, these banks that are giving out these loans would like to see. I'm gonna put up right here the percentages of all the importance of when it comes to credit history, payment history, when it comes to credit utilization. These are all right here. And asking someone to be an authorized user on their credit card is going to help you in all of these factors, because they're going to have excellent payment history that's going to go on your credit. They're going to have 2 to 5 years of credit history that's going to go on your credit. That's great. They want to see at least, you know, a year of history, credit history. They're going to see a low credit utilization, meaning that they can actually trust you. Credit utilization is how much you use on the card, and it's always recommended to have less than 30% utilization. So if you have a $1,000 credit card, make sure that your credit balance is lower than 300. Why I say it like that? But yeah, nah, like, make sure your credit balance is lower than $300. Next tip I'll give is like, boy, if you trying to start with a Hellcat with no credit history, what is you doing? Boy, if you don't start with a Scat Pack, a RT, an SXT, if you don't start with a Mustang EcoBoost, if you don't start with that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, the next tip would be is to start building credit history with car loans. You know what I'm saying? You can have the credit history with credit cards, but you can't just out of the gate start financing $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 cars. You know what I'm saying? You got to start with a $30,000 Charger SXT. You got to start with a Scat Pack. Well, I won't even say start with a Scat Pack. I'll say start with an RT. Start with like a $30,000 RT, and you'll be good. Next tip I would say is to get a cosigner on the loan. Get your mom. They got good credit. She got like over 20, 30 years of history. Get your bro, whatever it is. If they got excellent credit, get them and be like, yo, you know, come co-sign me on this. I'll make the payments. I got this, that. I'm going to make sure I pay it on time and, you know, get you a cosigner. Next tip, you know, you got to ask yourself, can you really afford this? You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to get the Hellcat, and it's like, can you really afford it? Can you really afford paying $600, $700 a month for the car payment, then paying like, I don't know how much insurance is, but then having to pay insurance on top? Can you really afford that? Can you really afford putting down $10,000 as a down payment, and then you got to worry about other bills, you got to worry about school, you got to worry about gas? You know, people don't even take perspective of like how much it's going to cost to pay just gas alone off a Hellcat. So people think like, oh, $600, $700, $800, $900 a band, whatever it is a month. Oh, I can afford that. But then you gotta also factor in that you're paying premium gas. You paying gas, shit, every 3 days type stuff. You paying insurance every month. You at a young age trying to finance a muscle car with like 707 horsepower. They not going for that, you know? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, give y'all a little bit more secrets and sauce about how to build your credit. Some tips I got is like keeping your credit utilization under 30%. So if you have $1,000 credit card, make sure your balance is less than $300. Make sure you're paying off your credit card every month. Now, there's another sauce that, or another trick that I'll give, is that I don't actually pay my credit cards off every month. Basically, my credit utilization be from 1 to 9% on the statement date. So it's not like 0% on the statement date, because they're gonna want to see that, you know, the credit card is active. So I make it at least 1 to 9%. I'm gonna have a whole video of like really getting in depth of building your credit. So, but this video is really just about, you know, trying to finance a Hellcat, you know, at a young age with no history, no none of that. So basically, on the top right here, I don't know, well, I know it's the top right, but I don't know if the camera flipped and shit like that. But that's gonna be one of y'all niggas. But nah, I don't know if y'all heard it, but it's like someone engine and stuff like that. Click right here on the top right of how to build credit fast at 18 in 3 weeks. And basically, yeah, man, this is all the tips that I was give y'all of how to, you know, be able to finance a Hellcat at the age of 18 or a young age. I'm gonna do a whole review. Let's do a whole review of everything. So like I said, get 2 years of work experience. Start building your credit. Start with a secure credit card. Ask people to be an authorized user on their credit card, so you can get their credit history. They may have, you know, years of credit history. That's great. You need to have a long years of credit history. They're gonna have excellent credit. That's also gonna help boost your credit. They're gonna have payment history. That's also gonna boost your credit. Look at this diagram right here. This is all the factors and the percentages of, you know, what affects your credit. The next step is book car loan history with cheaper cars. You know what I'm saying? Go finance a Scat Pack. Go finance a RT. See if you can get approved with those. And then, you know, after you start making that history and you start making those payments, then try to see if you can trade in the Scat Pack. Then try to see if you can trade in the RT to go finance the Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take baby steps. You can't go straight from a Honda and then try to go to a Hellcat. You gotta go from a Honda, maybe get the SXT first, then get the RT. Maybe you gotta go from, you know, the SXT to a Scat Pack to a Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take these baby steps. And the next tip I would say is like, make sure you get a cosigner on the car loan, especially if you got like no credit and you just now starting out. And, you know, the last tip I said, you know, ask yourself if you can actually afford it. Like, can you afford these car payments? Can you afford the gas? Can you afford the car payment? And can you afford the car insurance on top of that? And can you afford the maintenance? And can you afford niggas trying to bust in your car? Oh God, man, boy, you get a Hellcat, boy, you better put a track on that. You better put a kill switch. You better start doing all the methods. Boy, you park that car, you roll them windows down. Roll them windows down so they not busting in your shit. Alright. But nah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was very informative and it was able to give you enough game to be able to, you know, finance a Hellcat at the age of 18 and how to build your credit fast. You know, get a 700 plus score. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And yeah, man, good luck on y'all, man. Boy, you just need a Scat Pack. You don't need a Hellcat, my boy. What you need a Hellcat for, my boy? Just get a Scat. What are you trying to get a Hellcat for? You don't need a Hellcat. Get a Scat. But word, man, I'm out.